What is going on, YouTube? It's your girl Easy Breezy, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Now, before we get into this topic, I'm going to talk about my hair real quick because, listen, the hair is giving. Okay. The hair is herring. So this is 4 bundles of Galaxy Girl hair. This is the 24-inch, and I have a 13x6 deep wave frontal, and I made it into a handmade wig, okay? So I made this wig like 6 months ago because when I still had my locks, I was so thirsty for long hair that I was like, you know what, I'm going to make a wig and I'm really going to do this. So I had one failed attempt like maybe 6 months prior to that, but I tried it again and y'all, my hair was so thick and my locks were so long that it was still giving me like the alien head in the back. And I looked at it and it just wasn't working. The lace wasn't even sticking for some reason. It was like everything was going wrong. And I ripped the wig off my head. I cried out of frustration. And I was literally this close to throwing the whole wig away. This close. Okay. So after I cooled down, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to put the wig in a bag, a garbage bag, throw it in my closet and just forget about it because I just can't even deal right now. So once again, a couple months later, I needed my hair done again and I thought about it. I was like, oh shoot, I have that wig. And I dug it up out the grave, brushed all the dust off of it, and I installed it. And it is lovely. So if you guys want this exact look, mind you, this is from galaxygirlhair.com, and I'm going to put a discount code in the comments below so y'all can save some money on y'all's purchase. All right. So let's get into this topic. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to feed all of your platforms at one time while only putting in effort for really one platform, right? Sometimes when we look at other people's platforms, we think, okay, how do they make all of this content? How do they produce all of this content? How do you post every single day? How many hours do you have to work to put out content every single day? Like, I get it. Sometimes it seems like an impossible job because it's like, do you have to take on content creating as a full-time job? Is it like 40 hours a week? You know? But one thing I realized is something that happens naturally in business is a snowball effect. The longer you're in business, the more content you just naturally accumulate, if you're active, of course. So in the beginning of my journey of doing hair, selling products, I didn't have that much content. But as I continued to experiment with content, try different things, collect content, over time, I started to build my collection of content to where it became easier to post more consistently rather than my first 1 or 2 years in business. So just understand that yes, there are techniques to posting every single day, but you may have to put in a little bit more effort in the beginning because you're not just relying on your past content or the content that you've collected. So it's always going to be a snowball effect, okay? So just take into consideration that you have to leave room for growth, and that takes time. So technically, right? How you can feed all of your platforms at one time is remembering that YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, and TikToks are the exact same thing. They are all the exact same thing. They can all be transferred to each platform and serve the exact same purpose, but for a different audience. All right? So when you look at my platforms right now, when you look at my TikTok, my Instagram, and my YouTube channel, you'll see that all of my platforms are basically identical. The only difference is on Instagram, I post pictures, and I don't post pictures on TikTok or, YouTube. Sometimes I'll do in my community page, but, And then on YouTube, I post full-length hair tutorials, and those are not posted on my Instagram or my TikTok. But those are the only small nuances. But as far as like my 60-second videos, they are the exact same on all of my platforms. And I only have to focus on producing that content instead of like thinking, okay, how am I going to cater to my TikTok? How am I going to cater to my YouTube? How am I going to cater to my Instagram? I don't even separate them in my mind. I just think, okay, you know what? Once I make this reel, I'm going to post it on all of my platforms and I'm just done. Okay? So always remember that shorts, reels, and TikToks are the exact same thing. So as long as you are taking that content and you're transferring it to all those platforms, you are building 3 different platforms at one time with minimal effort. Okay? So the key to actually producing content and producing enough content where you can post every day is batch shooting. I do not record every day. No, ma'am. I do not record every day. Now, I may edit maybe like twice a week, but I do not record every day. Especially videos like this where I have to kind of like go out my way to, produce this content. But yeah, I don't record every day. The only thing that I'll record on a more consistent basis is when I record my clients. And even that is a passive way of producing content because I have to do my clients anyway. So it's nothing for me to set up my ring light, set up my phone, and just record the entire process. Now, the only thing that actually takes time when it comes to producing hair videos and, hair reels is editing. So I can completely automate this whole system if I go on Fiverr and I hire someone to produce my reels and to edit my YouTube videos. But the way I'm set up, I can do everything, and I can do everything very easily. And I'm basically like a pro editor at this point. So I don't feel the need to actually hire any editors. But of course, in the future, if I feel like I have a big budget for it and I don't have any time for it anymore, like I'm over here, doing seminars and doing workshops and making speeches and doing all this stuff and doing pop-up shops and teaching and stuff like that. Like if I feel like my schedule is so busy where I just cannot edit anymore, then I'll hire someone on Fiverr. But for right now, I can edit all my hair videos because it's like super easy for me, right? So yes, the main thing that takes the most time is editing. But as far as me producing hair content, it's really the most passive form of content that I make because I have to do my clients anyway. So why not just record them and, make my hair appointments into content? So another thing that I do is, let's say I am ready to record a bunch of reels, a bunch of business reels, giving out free advice, or, I want to create a culture for my brand where once I start putting out my ebooks and courses and things like that, then it all makes sense. So I'll go in my notes in my phone and I'll write down maybe 10 to 20 topics. And I'll say, okay, this is what I'm going to talk about today. And I'll get maybe 2 outfits. I'll head to my shop and I'll probably pull up at like maybe 10 p.m. and I'll just shoot content until like 6 a.m. in the morning. And I'll just go dumb for hours, right? Now, this is something that I only have to do like once a week, if that. Because sometimes I'll walk out of this shop with like 20 reels in my phone, all edited, all ready to go. And and I don't have to worry about content for the rest of the week. So this is what I kind of like curated, like as far as my system, this is how I developed it. And this is how I plan my content. So, number one, I do hair tutorials. So, I have to just turn on my phone, turn on my ring light, and record my clients and find time to edit those videos. Then I do reaction videos. So, those are some of the videos that I'll do in my batch content shooting sessions. 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 So hair tutorials, reaction videos, and then I'll do I call it free game. I'll do free game videos. So those are the videos, where I'm just talking about my experience, what I've learned in the hair business, and just giving out free advice. So once I have that mapped out, now I know exactly what I'm going to do when I come here. I'll probably edit like 5 hair videos, record a couple reaction videos, record a couple free game videos. And once I have like maybe 20 total, then I'll be like, okay, I'm good. I can leave now. And I'll organize my content into albums in my phone so I know exactly what I'm posting that whole week. So now content is not a headache. It's not something that I have to think about every single day. It's just something that I have to plan out, execute for a couple hours, one day a week. And I don't have to worry about content for the rest of the week, and sometimes for like 2 weeks at a time. So when y'all see me now posting every day, or, posting almost every day, you may think, oh my gosh, she's on her grind. She's on her grind. And yes, I am on my grind, but I'm not working as hard as y'all think I am. Now, of course, you got to wake up. You got to have vision. You got to have focus. And you do have to work hard. But I guess I mean that it's not something that anyone can't achieve. Anyone can do this, You just have to put in the time. You have to be focused on what you want to concentrate on, and you have to know what you're making the content for in order for it to convert and actually bring income. So one concept that I talk about in my courses is APP. That's active, passive, passive. So that represents your 3 main sources of income, and it predicates what type of content that you're going to be making. So once you establish your APP, now you know exactly what type of content you need to be making and how to funnel it in order to convert it into clients or customers and, sales. So for my system, for example, my active income is my hair clients. My passive is my products off galaxygirlhair.com, and my second passive are my digital courses. So now that I know my 3 main incomes, right? One active, 2 passive. Now I know exactly what I need to focus on when I do my batch shooting sessions. All right. And also that helps me organize my Instagram. So sometimes, on my Instagram page, I can get a little bit off subject. Like I'll post food sometimes, and I'll post a selfie, then I'll post myself on vacation or whatever. And then I have to snap back into reality. Wait, my page is for business. My page is for conversion and making money. If I want a personal page, then, just post on my story or create a whole different page. But I want to focus my efforts on my vision and my goal. So I make sure that my APP is all included within the first 9 posts of my page. If someone comes to your page and they don't know exactly what you do and what you sell within the first 9 posts on your Instagram page, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. Okay? So make sure you are focused and make sure you are very clear on what your streams of income are, so you know exactly what type of content you need to be putting out and how it needs to funnel. So yes, when it comes to feeding all of your platforms at one time, you have to make sure that you set aside 1 day a week to do batch shooting, because you want to collect as much content as possible. And you want to be clear on what type of content that you're producing, so you can make sure that everything funnels and everything has the potential to convert into money. Okay, so yes, this was just a quick video just to, I'm sure you guys, well, maybe you didn't know this, I don't know, but this is something that I really had to live to learn, because I did not know how to cater to all these platforms. I didn't know how to grow my presence on multiple platforms at one time without feeling like I had to overwork myself. So yes, if you are, as long as you're creating reels, then they can double as shorts, they can double as TikToks, and you can still grow all of your platforms and not feel like you have to overwork yourself. Now, if you are collecting a lot of reels and you're able to post like at least every other day or something consistently, and you find time to do other type of content like photo shoots or, full length videos like this, then you can start adding more and more value to those platforms. All right. So, yeah, that's it. So if you have any questions, and you can comment them below, or if you want me to talk about something else in business or how to grow your online business or your brand, let me know in the comments, and I will definitely take those questions into consideration. So if you are not subscribed to my channel already, make sure you go ahead and do that. Turn on your notifications, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.